Hey guys, Nba Dfs come back with another video today. I'm going to be breaking down today's 6-game NBA slate. It is the first game back from the All-Star break, which is fantastic. I'm not big a hockey person, so this is a very, very long week. I played a little bit of the All-Star game, did not work out well. A little bit of the Rising Star games did not work out well because they're all completely fucking random. But today, we got a 6-game slate, and I'm ready to go ahead and break it down. If you guys are new to the channel, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. If you guys get anything out of it, let me know in the comment section below. Without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to start off with the Milwaukee-Detroit game on the Milwaukee side. Eric Bledsoe is 7,200. Him and Middleton are a no-go for me tonight. I'll probably get like 5% of them. I'm just not interested in going for them. Their prices are still marked up from when Giannis was out. So with Giannis in, they're not going to get enough usage. The $7,200 and the $8,300 price will not be worth it. Pretty much the rest of, pretty much I will say the only players I'm interested in, besides the only other players in my player pool from Milwaukee, besides 5% Bledsoe, 5% Middleton, will be Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm going to get a decent amount of him at 11-1 tonight against Detroit. Hopefully the game stays sort of competitive so that we can get him for at least 32 minutes. If he gets 32 minutes I think the last 30 days, he's been averaging 1.95 points per minute. He will be a good play for today. Not sure if you want to get to as much of him with the two guys in Houston, but that could be an option today. Or if you think it's going to absolutely blow out, Ersan Ilyasova will be an option for me today. He will be in my player pool. I do feel like I'm going to get to a decent amount of Ilyasova. At 4,400, I'm going for it, even though his price is really low. Honestly, Detroit has nothing. So, if the game gets to blowout or Ersan Ilyasova gets the blowout run, you could see him getting upwards of 30 points, and that will be good enough at a $4,400 price. And it would definitely be some decent value there. On the Detroit side, with Reggie Jackson getting bought out, most likely going to get shipped off to the Clippers. That sucks, as a Denver fan. But for Detroit, it really brings out some decent value. Derrick Rose will probably be one of my favorite plays on the slate. Most likely, we're going to see him. I mean, he did not really play much here. But without without Jackson, Rose is going to get a lot more usage. So $5,900, he'll probably be one of my highest owned plays of the day, along with his partner in crime now, Bruce Brown, $5,200. I do like that price. I think it's a little bit high, but I do like it in terms of he's going to be getting a lot more usage with Reggie Jackson gone as well. For pretty much the rest of Detroit, Christian Wood at 6,900 is going to be one of my higher played centers of the day. Wood going up against Milwaukee. It's a higher paced game, so you're definitely going to see a little bit more out of him. I do like Christian Wood today. I'd probably prefer him in the power forward position over the center, but I could definitely see him being a very, very high owned player. Moving on to the Miami-Atlanta game, and I have a lot of interest from this one. We'll start on the Miami side where I have most of my interest. Honestly, a game stack in this one might not be a bad option. This would be one of the two games I would game stack, this one and the Houston Golden State game. That one's going to be really, really good tonight. Jimmy Butler at 7,900. I'm going to get to a lot of Butler. I have not done any of my crunches yet, but most likely Butler's going to get a huge chunk of ownership from me. Gordon Dragic is probably going to get about 5-10%. Nothing too crazy. He will be in my player pool. The other two guys will not. But I'm really liking Butler, Jay Crowder, 5K is a little high. I'm not sure if I really want to get to him, but honestly, playing anybody against Atlanta is probably a good option. So Jay Crowder, 5K, could be an option. Duncan Robinson at 4,900 could be a decent play as well. Even if you want to get to Jones, I am not going to shoot that one down, the dunk contest winner. Definitely an option for me. Not really going to get to Iguodala. Not really interested in that. And the biggest player from this game that I'm interested in, $7,800 Bam Adebayo. He's probably my favorite play from this game. I definitely am interested in Bam Adebayo today. He's going to get a good chunk of ownership going up against an Atlanta team that does not play good defense. I'm definitely going to be interested in going there. From the Atlanta side, Trae Young at 10.5 is kind of in a no man's land for price. He is in between the Harden, the Westbrook, the Giannis, and I really would prefer to get to the other players over Trae Young, especially against a very, very good defensive team in Miami. Jeff Teague at 4,400 could be a decent value play for today. I might get about 5-10% of him. There is other value today that I like a little bit more. I'll get to in a little bit. Cam Reddish, 4,200. Not really too interested in it. Herter, I'm not sure. He is probable to play. He had an allergic reaction. Interesting. He's probable to play. So if he is going to play, I'm going to get a little bit of him. Nothing too crazy at 5,800. DeAndre Hunter is actually questionable with due to a sprained right ankle. Going to be if he plays at 4,600, might be interesting. I'm not sure if I want to get to that all that much. Collins at 8,700, I think is just too expensive. I'm going to have him in my player pool. He's just a little high for me. Probably get to about 5% max of him. And then on the center position, Clint Capella is still out and probably will be out for at least 2 weeks. Deadman is going to be a very nice option tonight going up against Miami. Let's go ahead and jump into the Charlotte-Chicago game. Go ahead and start with Charlotte. Terry Rozier, $5,700 will probably be one of my big plays from the day. Monk at 54, I think is just a little bit too high. Not really too interested in getting to him. He might not even be in my player pool tonight. And Devontae Graham, 7,500. With the other options on the slate, I'm going to go elsewhere from him. Might get about 5-10%. Once again, I am going to be 150 maxing the mini max for tonight. So that's what I'm going to try to do. In terms of Chicago, hold on. Let me actually, go over the rest of Charlotte. Sorry. I totally went over that. Not really interested in any of those guys. Bridges at 6K is too high. Cody Martin, it's not really something I want to get to. He's just not. I mean, he's got 36 minutes last game, but he just stand there and he doesn't really do much. So I'm not really interested in him. Not really interested in anybody from this very, very slow Charlotte team. PJ Washington at 4,500 might be an option. I'm not really too interested in that one. But, yeah, let's go ahead and jump over to the Chicago side. This is going to be definitely where you're going to get a good chunk of your value tonight. Chris Dunn is out. Valentine is out. Strus is always out. Porter Hutchinson is out. You're just gonna, and then Markkanen's still out, and Carter Jr. is still out. You're gonna get a lot of value. Satoransky, good value. White, good value. Arkiakono, hopefully I said that right. Great value. I'm gonna get a lot of him. Shaq Harrison is gonna be a pretty much lock for me tonight. He's going to be getting a good chunk of minutes with Hutchinson out, so expect him to be very, very chalky tonight. Levine at 9,200 is going to be a GPP and only GPP play only for me. I'm not going to get to a shit ton of him. I'm not really interested in Zach LaVine that much anyways. Shaq Harrison's going to be the only small forward. So he's going to need to get the minutes, and he's guard and forward eligible. I'm going to pretty much lock him in tonight. He's going to be in probably 100% of my lineups at 3K, the minimum price. All he has to do is get like 25, 30 points, which he should get. He's projected around 25 minutes tonight. He could get more with the injuries on the Bulls. Definitely interested in that. Luke Cornett is going to be another good value option if you want to go there. I would not recommend playing both of them in the same lineup. That's kind of dumb, but I'm going to definitely get to a bunch of Cornett as well. And Thaddeus Young, you're going to see a lot of as well. A lot of value from Chicago. And that will hopefully build you up so that you can get some other big players. Let's go ahead and head over to Brooklyn at Philadelphia. And to be honest, from Brooklyn, I am interested in one player. I'm going to have one net in my player field, and that is Karis LeVert. Screw it. I'll put Dinwiddie in there as well. He just has not been that productive. I'll have both of them in. Not really going to get to a terribly lot of them. The Brooklyn team is just they're going into Philadelphia, very, very good defensive team at home, and I'm just not really, and they have a very low implied total. It's just not a spot I want to get to. On the other side, Philadelphia, this one could be interesting. $9,500 Ben Simmons is questionable tonight due to lower back tightness. If he is out, Alec Burks becomes a better option. Tobias Harris becomes a great option. Richardson becomes a great option. You're going to get a bunch of value if he is indeed out tonight. Even Korkmaz could be a good option for that if he's out, because the more minutes are going to get spread around. Also, if he is out, I'm getting to a decent amount of Joel Embiid. I'm getting to a decent amount of Joel Embiid anyways. Al Horford, as long as he's coming off the bench, I'm going to be a little bit interested in at 5K. That is pretty much it from this 76ers team. I'm not really interested much. If Ben Simmons is in, it's pretty much just Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid with a sprinkle of Harris. All right, heading over to I feel like this one's going to be a very interesting game. Memphis is a very, very appealing team to me tonight because they're going to have very, very low ownership at the moment. Ja Morant is going to be one of my favorite plays tonight, going up against a Sacramento team who is not very good at playing defense. Ja Morant went to the Rising Stars game. He played very, very well. I do like him tonight. He should be like less than 10% owned on a 6-game slate. Hit that up. Brooks at 5K is going to be a decent play. I'll have him on my player pool. Other than that, Jackson Jr. at 6K is going to be quite interesting to me. And Clark is going to be an interesting play as well. I want to get to Clark mostly because the closing role, Belicia is probably going to be in the closing lineup for Sacramento, which means they're going to play a little bit smaller, which means Brandon Clark will get a decent amount of minutes there. And Valanciunas at 7,100 is very, very appealing to me. I definitely want to get there as one of my higher owned centers. Now over to Sacramento, they have a lot of crap going on, but De'Aaron Fox will probably be one of my highest owned point guards of the night. At 7,400, he's just too cheap, and I could definitely see him going off for 50 plus points tonight. Buddy Hield probably coming off the bench, 6,600, still going to get about 32 minutes. Definitely play for me. Bogdanovich, I have to just point out because he's there. All the other ones, not really too interested in. Harrison Barnes is a meh tonight. Bjelica is probably going to get some runs, so I'm probably going to get him a little bit. And seeing that they have no other centers, Giles, if you want to try to get him in, he is honestly a shit show. And I'm not sure if I really want to get to a $3,400 Harry Giles. That's pretty much it for that game. last game of the night. If you guys are getting anything out of this, make sure you like, subscribe, share the video. And let's jump into the Houston Golden State game. We'll leave Houston for last. That's going to be fun to talk about. But tonight, with Golden State, Danny Green, not really too interested, 6,500. Poole, I will be interested more. He's at 4K, and he's going to be a very good value for tonight's slate so that you can get up to your Russell Westbrook and your James Harden and your Giannis. Andrew Wiggins is a meh play for me. He will be in my player pool. I'm just not going to get too much of him. Other than that, Marcus Chris would be the only one I'm terribly interested in at 6,200, but it's not really a crazy amount. This one should be a very high-paced game, so might be interested. But for Houston, I'm liking James Harden, and I'm liking Russell Westbrook. They're probably going to be my two best pay-up options of the day. Other than that, I'm not really getting to Austin Rivers, Frazier, or Clemens tonight because both Harden and Westbrook are in. Other than that, Covington and House are going to be highly interesting to me. 5,500 for Covington, 4,600 for House. Definitely going to be interested in those. PJ Tucker is 4K. Not really too interested in that. Eric Gordon is unlikely to play tonight, so it could open up a little bit more for Covington. He's already going to be crazy high owned, so if you're interested in that, go ahead. But that's pretty much it for the slate. Good luck tonight, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you tomorrow.